Hello and welcome to another episode of What Do You Call It podcast. I'm your host, GB. Thank you all for the birthday wishes. It meant a lot. I had a good birthday. I'm back now. Got a special guest. He actually kickstarted the era of the new age narcissist. Please give up for Jordan Sparks. How you doing today, mate? You all good?
Yeah, man, I'm good. Yeah, what about you? All good?
Yeah, not bad, man. Can't complain. Friday's tomorrow. Everyone knows why I do this now. I get excited for the weekend because I don't work weekends. Might have something lined up. But I think most of them going to have a chilled weekend. But yeah, it's good, man. I can't really complain. But we're here to talk about not necessarily your weekend, but we're here to talk about your career, what got you into wrestling, talk about some of your highlights and why you call yourself, well, not necessarily call yourself it, but why it is the era of the new age narcissist. So let's dig deep. And as a theme, I like to go back to the beginning of the show, find out where it all began. So if you can tell me what got you into wrestling in the first place.
Well, I had an older brother, right?
Mhm.
And he I know I said I had, he's still alive. But yeah, he's one of the reasons why I got into it. He was a real big fan of the Attitude Era.
Yeah.
I had two videos that I watched just religiously. That was No Way Out '03 and Royal Rumble '03. Those were like my two main
No Way
pay-per-views.
Out 03, Montreal. Really good show, underrated. Like
It
three
is.
matches, like just the main event, like Hogan, Rock 2, Austin's return. I know it was a shit match, but I kind of like the build up. Triple H and
Yeah,
Scott
yeah.
Steiner, but yeah, no, that's some good shows to watch.
Yeah, like that was by far '03 ruthless aggression era, by
Mm,
far just in my opinion the best era, just in terms of everything. Like
mm.
you get the best quality of matches. Like I love the Attitude Era, but like you don't get the same quality of matches that you do
Nah,
like the ruthless aggression era, you know.
no, I absolutely agree. I mean, I kind of grew up just before the ruthless aggression and Attitude Era. I'm getting old,
Mm.
but I think the ruthless aggression, you've nailed it. The wrestling is so much better than it was in the Attitude Era. If you go back and watch, especially '99, some of the pay per views, they really don't hold up that well.
Yeah, yeah, no, they're not especially with the modern style that you see now.
Mm.
They're nowhere near. You know, there's some
No.
matches like '03's obviously Kurt Angle, Chris Benoit, that Royal Rumble match. That's in my top
Oh,
like
it's
that's
amazing.
that's in my
Oh,
top three. You know, it stays there.
incredible.
It's modern.
It's a fantastic match. If anyone hasn't seen it, it's on the network. I mean, you can find it under Kurt Angle,
Yeah,
but yeah. But the match itself, oh, it's a thing of beauty. That match, I just, especially the last 15 minutes, just it's pure wrestling. So if you
yeah.
haven't watched it, go out your way, pause this interview, or watch it after. It's absolutely tremendous. One question I've not asked for a while, and I feel like I want to ask again because it's actually quite a fun question, is if you can go back in time and you can pick one match that you could be there live for. I may feel like we're going to get the answer ready, but maybe you might have a different answer. What match would you pick? And if you can give a reason as to why you want to be there as a fan.
Oh, there's so many. I
Mm,
mean, I could go on and on. I mean, one of them for me, which I probably would like lose it, is quite a. I don't know if you get this answer very often, but Bret Hart versus 1, 2, 3 Kid for
Raw,
the
94.
championship.
Best. It's probably one of my
Uh,
favorite Raw matches of all time, mate. I'm not even saying it. There's a few tweets where I tweeted that.
yeah, like just that moment of I go back and think of it like, oh, if I was watching as a fan and I was
Hmm.
watching as like a kid, like if I watched it and seen
Mm.
that
Without
like
any
that
spoilers, like you're going into it without knowing who's
yeah
going to win.
like that awesome back and forth. Bret
Hmm.
Hart gets the pin, but 1, 2, 3 gets the foot on the rope. Like I'd probably be losing it. I
Oh,
like
100%,
it made
man.
you invested, you know.
Oh, mate, it's an amazing match, honestly. Like, you see, it was an influence to Darby Allin and CM Punk's first match in
Mm.
AEW when he came back after like 10 years or so. But the match holds up really well. I absolutely love it. I think I watched it about 2 years ago. I watch it kind of every couple of years. And it's just, if anyone is getting into wrestling, just wants to learn a bit of basic psychology and just little things that you can do in a match, that is one match to show as an influence. But I say it's like I'm a fucking professional wrestler. I'm not. I'm a I'm a podcast host who just doesn't shut up sometimes.
No, but
No,
like
no.
like the match itself,
Yeah,
again that like they didn't do anything too fancy, you
no.
know. It made you care that much, and like obviously the length of the match
Hmm.
really made it because you really did think that it was going to go into the whole, oh well,
Yeah.
Bret Hart just beat him, but it's not very clean. But obviously Bret Hart gets the match restarted. You don't want to win like that. Six always gets him with the roll up. Just after he's just had it reset. So, you know, they didn't do anything which is too crazy.
Mm.
That's the main thing.
I think it's
It's
superb as a
storytelling.
wrestling. I think it's incredible. Just talking to you about it now, it does make me want to go watch this after this
Yeah.
podcast. I mean, at the time of calling, I'm going to watch second half of Barcelona, not Real Madrid, Man United. I'm the one that's supposed to know football, but yeah, whatever. But no, I actually do really want to watch that match. I'm not going to lie. It's just, I can just never get bored of it. It's so fucking good, honestly. And the fact that it's two baby faces, it's modern wrestling, it's two baby faces, one automatically becomes the heel.
Yeah.
Not in that match.
No, no.
And it's just it's just a true respect that they have for each other as well. It's really, really, really good match. So what inspired you to become a professional wrestler? When did you know you want to lace up the boots and get in the ring?
I mean, for the sake of, I'd always wanted to try it. It was
Hmm.
always something that I would always wanted to try since I was such a big fan. Um, coming out of the school and that, I
Hmm.
think I started watching back when, so I stopped watching for a little bit after I had those videos,
Yeah,
and I
you
kind
still
of
have the
got,
videos, by the way, just like
yeah,
curiosity.
yeah, started the videos. Oh yeah, yeah,
Nice,
started
nice.
the videos.
Your brother
Um,
that who is alive and well, by the way.
yeah, yeah, he's done well. Yeah, Kurt's done well. So uh, it was kind of like I lost interest in it because the current product at the time was, it was still good.
Mm,
It was when like the Shield was on there. They just started doing their thing, but I started picking it up again when NXT started getting really hot.
yeah,
Like,
the
um,
black and gold brand, like it's just
yep,
yeah.
yep. Like, not. It was like about a year or so after you had your Cesaros and Adrian Neville's get pushed up to the main roster.
Yeah.
It was kind of like just at the tail end of Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens, that back and forth rivalry for a while.
Hmm.
Like towards the tail end of that. Um, yeah, I think the one moment that made me really think, okay, yeah, I want to do this was I went to see NXT live in Plymouth.
Nice.
And well, I was a real big, I still am a real big Mark.
Yeah.
Bobby Roode. I was a big fan of TNA.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So like I heard the news that he got released, or like, and there might be rumors that he might be at NXT. I was like, well, it'd be cool if he was there, but I highly
Mhm.
doubt it, it's in Plymouth. So and then when he turned up there and that whole show top to bottom was one of the best shows I've ever seen live. I was like, I think I just turned to my dad. I was like, I think I really just want to give this a go at some point. Like,
So we can actually thank Bobby Roode in a way.
yeah, well, yeah.
Not just him, but like that kind of like moment when you see someone live.
Yeah.
I think it just
I
has
mean,
that impact.
yeah. He's
But
not
that
going
was
to
no
care.
pun, by the way, because
Yeah. He's not going to care, but like he's a real big
mm,
like influence in terms of like, again, he's like, I feel like he's a modern guy still, but
mm.
he works old school and he's very storytelling driven.
I think it's excellent. I think it's
Yeah,
criminally underrated. I think his main roster runs has been so disappointing. They
agreed.
really did drop the ball with him. Unfortunately, he's got quite a serious injury at the moment. I think it's to his neck, and
Yeah,
that's a
yeah.
shame, man. He's just so wasted. His NXT run. Oh,
Oh,
loved
amazing.
it. Glorious.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Oh man, Bobby Roode, what a guy! I loved him. And the It Factor, which I can see has inspired you maybe a little bit. The new era, not new era, sorry, the new age narcissist. That's what I meant. If I actually might have got that wrong at the beginning, I trip over my words.
That's
I
all
even
right.
sing it to my own background. You can see on the screen because this is the same color as that.
Oh, yeah.
So
I
I'm
can see
gonna
the
be quite
problem.
distracted.
Yeah.
But no, that's cool, man. That's cool. When did you make your in-ring debut? How was that? Do you have any friends or family there, or was that during the pandemic, by the way, by any chance?
Yeah, it was, yeah. My England debut, it was in Exeter, and it was
Hmm.
against Eddie Ryan. So, and he's like a really big deal, like especially in the southwest of England. So, like
Hmm.
that for me was like a real big test, especially with like, I mean, I've been training maybe a year at this point, and
Hmm.
like, I thought I'd been training really hard, and I thought I'd be ready. But when you get out there, it's just a whole different ball
Mm.
game. There's a whole different, beast. So
You can
when I got
train
in
only
there.
so much, but when you're out there, it's a different ballgame.
Yeah,
Like you
yeah,
just
yeah,
said.
exactly. In front of a live crowd like that, anything goes.
Hmm.
Anything can go wrong, anything can go right. But
Yeah.
yeah, I still hold that match like quite near and dear, just because like even with my like obviously lack of experience, I still lack
Mm.
experience now. But
But that's gonna help you in the long run, definitely. Like some
yeah,
play go harder. Like who someone more experienced, not necessarily on a level. It's a wake up call, but it makes you realize, oh, actually, I do need to step up. I can improve on this. When you might have felt a bit confident, but it's things you can adapt and learn from as well.
yeah, exactly. And especially being in there with Eddie as well. I mean, like
Mm.
he's just such professional, such like just like a real good just storyteller, like when it comes to storytelling, he's one of the guys who, if I ever need any, advising for backstage, I'll be the first he'll be like one of the first people that I ask
Yeah.
for any feedback or advice or anything like that.
I respect that, man. I respect that. Another person I know you've been in the ring with, or at least know, Omega Luke, a friend of the show, someone I know
Yeah.
outside of the podcast. I actually met him before the pandemic. Lovely guy. Actually, an influence to me in the podcast. Because I actually went on this show. He used to do like Facebook and we used to do the wrestling before. He's decided, I'm going to do Foot Manager and make a massive, massive living of it. And he's doing really well. Very happy for him. And yeah, cheap plug for you, Luke. But nah, he's a good lad. So tell me about your experience with Omega Luke.
Well, me and Mega Luke were actually well, I'd say we're quite good mates. Don't know about him, but um, you know, um, there were times when I was at university,
Yeah,
which is what me moving from my hometown of Swanage. I moved to university, and that's when I got involved in wrestling.
yeah.
It was nearby,
Hmm.
and Mega Luke would be one of the first people to give me, a lift to wrestling training, So
Oh,
that
that's
was
nice of him.
where we started kicking off,
Yeah.
mates back and forth. But yeah, that's mainly where we started moving up the ranks together in
Yeah.
training. And yeah, I mean, ever since then, we've had matches.
Hmm.
We've had a
How
couple.
is he in the ring? Go on, tell me. I'm not trying to like stir anything. Could be a future match. I'm promoting it. I'm joking. I'm Eddie Hearn, but nah, continue, man.
No, no, yeah, yeah, it was all good. I mean, we wrestled down in it was whereabouts was it? What was the venue? It was in I can't think of it now, but basically OCW Live was where
Hmm.
we started wrestling. He's tag team champion there at the moment,
Yeah.
and we actually had a couple matches over that belt. He beat me twice. Can't believe it still, but he managed to pull it out. But yeah, I think he had a match recently for them. Um, they've had a venue change. I can't remember where,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, he's doing good. He's kicking off well at Reach as well.
Yeah, he's a very busy man. Family, content creator, and has time to wrestle. Yeah. Got nothing but
Hmm.
respect for him. Now. He's a good lad, though. Hopefully, you two get in the ring again. And, let me
Hey,
hype the match up if you can.
yeah, man,
I've been
maybe
watching loads of Eddie Hearn videos today. I'm in a like promoter mode. Oh, I'm really hyped about the Jake Paul and I'm really embarrassed, man. Jake Paul and Tommy Fury. Like I'm just
Oh yeah, I
but I
mean,
really want to watch it now just because of how it's been hyped and like it just feels like a wrestling match. And,
yeah, I mean that's the thing with like all these combat sports really. Like you look at
yeah.
even the UFC. I mean, sometimes they're doing wrestling better than wrestling.
Mm.
Like in terms of actually
Spot
like
on with that,
building
mate. You've nailed it.
storylines.
Yeah.
It's all real, but they're doing it in a way that makes
And
you
that's
makes you care.
that's what sells the tickets. I mean, you could be the best
Yeah,
fighter in the world, but sometimes it's just the gift of the gab. Making people believe, basically making people want to pay to see you get your ass handed to you. That does
yeah.
help, and people forget that. And I think that's a bit of a lost art in a way, like just promos a little bit. I'm not saying everyone has to
Oh,
be The Rock or
oh
Hulk
yeah,
Hogan or anything, but just a bit of storytelling.
yeah. Like I can sit down and watch like a world class championship wrestling. I can sit down
Mm.
and watch anything from the 80s like that, just because like it's the character work,
Hmm.
it's so compelling, it makes you care. One of my like one of the guys that I draw heavy, heavy influence from is this gorgeous Gino Hernandez. He's just
Nice.
for me, he's like probably top three
Mm,
biggest influences, top three that I can sit and watch. I don't get bored of. Like
mm.
his match with K Von Eric. It was just on an episode of
Is
this.
that the hair one? No, no. I know you had a hair one, didn't you, with Chris Adams?
He did, yeah. This was 80. I want to. Oof, I'm gonna get this wrong. If I get this
It's one of
wrong,
the times I can't help you this one, man.
yeah.
You're on your own. I'm not even gonna Google
It
this.
was probably, I want to say he was like 84
Yeah.
or 85, 84, 85, 86, around
Mm,
that time. He had a match with, he was like feuding big time with the Von Erichs,
mm.
obviously because they're such heartthrobs. And yeah, like that match was just, especially with Kerry, oh, God, he's huge, huge. So it's like that huge size advantage. But they just had this match, which was just like, they didn't do anything crazy again. Like it was all a matter of storytelling, and the crowds are just so hot for anything.
Mm.
Like
Is it
any
I'm gonna
time.
assume if it's on network or YouTube or Daily
Yeah,
Motion.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's on the network. Yeah,
I'm surprised for that, man, because I really like Kerry Van Erich, like some of the stuff. I mean, I know when he came to WWE, he was a bit limited because he actually had like one foot. I mean,
yeah,
most people
yeah,
know, but some people don't. And he just wasn't himself, especially after the crash and his brother's deaths, and he just mentally wasn't there. But
yeah.
if you see some of his stuff before that with the Freebirds, and oh, it's
Oh,
amazing. The
yeah,
fans, to them, it's real, and I love that. I really do.
yeah,
I love that energy, and just not everything has to be, at work, or we have to know the ins and outs of what's going on.
yeah, yeah. No, I completely agree. And you brought the Freebirds. I'm a big fan of Michael P.S. Hayes, especially during that era. Like again, he's not the strongest worker, but
Mhm.
like the things like his in-ring limitations, like he more than makes up for with his charisma. He's got just
Yeah,
like a natural way of getting so much hate, you know?
you literally want to jump in the ring and kick that guy's ass.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna say
yeah.
ass because I'm not American, but
And like he looks like, he's not the biggest guy in the world, so
yeah.
that's a part of the appeal as well. He's not a huge 250-pound giant.
He
He's
did look like, I mean, not so much now. He just can't take him seriously now.
yeah,
But back then, he did look like a rock star. He did. That's how it
yeah,
looked. The 80s, the frizzy blonde, the whatever, the mullets and
yeah,
the rugged beards, and and they all look cool, so as well. But some of the stuff then, so it's like my first exposure. Did you ever watch the documentary of I think it's the triumph and downfall of world class championship wrestling?
yes, I did, yeah.
That was my first exposure to it all properly. And I was just like, that came out like years ago. And I just remember like Gino Hernandez, someone you've just highlighted. And I went to go watch some of his stuff on YouTube after. I think it's before everything was on the network. And I was
Yeah.
just like, this guy, honestly, he was so good.
Yeah, yeah, no, my real big exposure to him was obviously the Dark Side of the Ring episode. They had
Yeah.
that was my first exposure to him. And I remember watching, I thought, God, this guy is like just so good.
Mm.
All of his
Just
catch
really
work.
cool.
Yeah, he was cool, but the best part about it is he didn't feel forced. It
Hmm.
was like a natural thing. So,
Yeah.
I started off watching his promos and he has the one where he's, you know, just stood outside his Learjet, and he's going on about, the clothes he wears, the women that he's with. And I was like, I gotta watch his stuff. And his stuff is again just classic storytelling. Anytime any face gets their hands on him,
Mm.
they're screaming. They want him dead.
I really like hearing wrestlers talking about like going back and watching older stuff instead of just keeping up to date with what's on the screen now. And I feel that's kind of just, adds to your knowledge of the game.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of that stuff people do forget about, but it worked then. A lot of times it's going to work now.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, look at MJF. Look at any match that he's doing
Perfect.
now, and
Yeah.
then go back and see anything that you know, any heel guy in a territory is doing.
Hmm.
Tully Blanchard, Gino. You look at any of these guys from the '80s, and MJF's, he's using it, but he's manipulating it and putting it into the modern style to
Hmm.
make it make sense with the demographic that we got. You know.
Yeah. No, you've nailed it. You absolutely nailed it, mate. When we're talking about like getting boos and reactions, I want to come back to you and your matches, which can be seen on YouTube, LDN Wrestling.
Mm.
You're not very popular. The fans really do enjoy booing you.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about like, does that does it get to you, or do you feel it kind of just encourages you to want to just do better and just prove them wrong and just, you know, rub it in their faces that, you know, you're the wrestler, you're the talent, they're not, they're jealous.
Oh, I mean, like, come on. I mean, in my opinion, the best reaction is boo. I mean,
Yeah,
if I can get you to hate me, then
you're doing your
like,
job.
yeah, exactly that. I'm putting butts in seats and they're seeing me. But no, like, in my opinion, I feel a lot more comfortable being booed
Hmm.
than cheered.
It does look natural to you. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's something that you know, I don't even know why. It's just I don't know. It feels
Jealousy.
you know to pander, to
The
pander to
people
the
of Essex, my
crowd.
man. I mean, I'm from Essex myself, so I'm not gonna badmouth everyone from Essex, but you know, some just they don't have taste, man. They just don't have
Yeah,
taste.
it is what it is. If you want to boo me, you boo me.
They pay their money, man. But like, if
Yeah,
you'd rather like get a reaction, or just like people just texting away, just you know,
yeah,
it's like that. That's just no reaction is a bad reaction.
yes, yeah. I 100% agree. If you get no reaction, if you solicit no feedback from the crowd,
Mm.
that's probably the worst feeling.
Oh, 100%, man. 100%. I'd be like, fuck. One of the matches I like to discuss with you is one that I watched as well recently. It's a tag team match, Street Fight. You and Steve Savage, someone you have been in the ring with and the opposite side, but teamed with, and that was against Jay Lamrod, who was on the show last week. He actually announced his retirement. All the best to him though. And Toby Valentine. So yeah, the tough fight. Fortunately, didn't go your way. So sorry about that. So bring it down
Oh,
into this, but there's some highlights. So I want to ask you, how did you feel going into the match? Did you feel going out of the match? And no, what did you learn from it?
I mean, considering it was my first ever street fight
Hmm.
I've ever had to be a part of, I don't feel like it went so bad. I didn't get busted open, didn't get seriously hurt. I mean, it still hurt, but could have been worse. I um again, I don't know how up to date I am. DJ J Lamrod has retired.
Yeah.
Oh
You don't
my
know
God.
this?
No, no. So when you said it, I
Um,
was like,
yeah. So it came on the show last week, and when he first came out with it, he just goes, "Oh, I've actually got something to say as well." And I was just like, "Fuck." Yeah, so he wrestled his last match in Dubai, where he won the tag. This is all. It's all been spoiled in the episode, but if you do listen to it, it goes into detail. I won't spoil it too much. I'll put the link in the description below. You know, views. But obviously,
yeah,
like he
yeah,
actually
yeah.
did say it's okay, and he just announced that basically it's like it's only so much amount of time if he continued. You know, God knows what would happen. So, hung up the boots. Explained why. I sent it to you after the episode, but a lot of people didn't know. I think he said like only a few people in the match out there, but
Yeah, no,
yeah.
I had no idea, but
And even the person that organised for me, like he helped me, basically got in touch with Jay and stuff. He actually said that, yeah, I didn't know either. So yeah, but bit of a shock.
it's crazy, man. I had no idea. But yeah, no, the street fight itself, I
Yeah,
mean, especially since I put the boots to Toby Valentine earlier in the show, comes out and still wins it. But like one thing I do have to say was that that crowd in Falmouth
they were
was
into it, man. They were into it. That's one thing I was gonna mention, but I know I want to hear. I mean, I know you're used to being booed, but the crowd being involved, invested in the match.
yeah, just in general. I mean, I don't think like that was one of those times where it kind of just felt like you were just like trapped in like a time capsule. Like
Hmm.
that was like a different crowd. Like you go to a crowd today and like it's a good crowd,
Hmm.
but like there's still some like work to be done. Like you still got to get them to hate you. You still got
Big
to
time.
educate them. But like it didn't matter. Like I went out there and it
It
was just
just the
like
crowd just saw four men going to war.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It was just ridiculous. Like it wasn't even like a case of like, oh, we went, it was only a case of like, oh, we went out there and we put on such a clinic. So it was just a case of like the crowd, because
We had Benoit and Angle Royal Rumble 2003,
like,
5 stars.
you could have gone in there and done anything, and it
Mm.
was like they were just up for it.
The crowd are invested, man. It was a good match. I enjoyed it. I'd highly recommend it to anyone. Not just that match, but they can also find a lot of your matches as well. Get on YouTube.
Yeah.
So I'm doing promotion for you. God damn it, it's gotta be Eddie Hearn mode. I'm not a promoter, I'm a podcaster. No, that's cool, man. That's cool. If you so going future wise, where would you like to wrestle? Not, I mean, not just England, but like it maybe even in England, but anywhere in specific locations or any other countries that stand out to you. Like, what have you got? What have you got lined up, or anything you want to do in the next year or so?
Well, I was going to say, but before you said, anywhere in the next year, I would have said anywhere, anytime, anywhere, any place. I want to go everywhere. But I mean, in the next year, so I'm actually looking to go to the States. So I'm looking to get into Dr. Tom Pritchard's Wrestling Academy. So
Really? Oh,
yeah,
that's cool.
yeah. I'm looking to go there with a couple others.
Mm.
And
You're still at a pretty young age, like yeah.
yeah.
I don't know, I
22.
respect that though.
I'm looking to go there, hopefully, because you still have to apply and all that sort
Hmm.
of stuff to get in, and make sure you have your fees paid. Um, I'm looking to go there July. So July this year,
Mm.
fingers crossed. Hopefully, I make it in. If not, then if I'm honest, I've already saved the money. I'm going to go to America anyway
Yeah.
to
Would it be
get
your first
myself
time in
back.
America?
It will, yeah, it will.
Yeah.
So be
Like, you might
exciting.
even end up getting like, I mean, if you do like, if you ask some people before, maybe online or whatever, you might be able to get on some shows. I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know how it works if it's actually that easy, but you know what I mean. Just
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, just anything like that. I'm more than happy to
mm,
get any sort of matches out there. I'm looking to expand as much as I can, basically.
mm. No, that's cool, man. I mean, the guy fucking had a hand in helping The Rock.
Yeah,
Some mid carder, but
yeah, but yeah, he didn't do much.
I think his name's Dwayne Johnson. I don't know. Um, I wish the best, best for him there. But no, that's cool, man. Last question for you, and then I'll let you go. It's a fun question. I like to end the shows with this question. Dream dinner party, 3 guests, dead or alive, fiction, fictional, fiction. Fuck's I can't think today. Yeah, anything, anyone that pops into your head. You're the host. You're going to be tuning your ear off and the chat with them. Entirely up to you, mate. Who would you pick and why?
Breathe in, I guess.
Doesn't have to be wrestling either. Gives you a little break
I
from the wrestling talk.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. Those are the first people I go to. So,
Well, actually, we did squeeze in a bit of Jake Paul there, but yeah.
oh yeah. Oh, first Tommy Fury. No, I'm joking. Um, uh, I mean, well, Gino Hernandez has got to be on there.
Nice.
Easily.
First time's been mentioned. Nice.
Um, God, I really got to think about this one now. I mean, again, it's not for the current day. Before I get any sort of hate for this, I'm not about that current day.
I got a
But
feeling you're gonna say
Chris
mate.
Jericho,
I
you
was say
know,
Benoit.
no, no.
So just because he spoke
No, no, I don't want to go to dinner with him. I think I'll be all right.
I thought you were gonna say Benoit. So we're not actually laughing about the situation. It's just okay. No, Jericho's fine. I mean, I've not been enjoying his AEW work though.
It's
Started
what I
off really
mean.
well.
You know,
Like the last two, like just since the pandemic, it's been really bad mostly.
yeah. It's just been like it's not the same sort of like he's found a way to always make himself relevant.
Respect that. I do respect that,
You
but
know,
I just think he's on TV too fucking much. You're Chris
yeah,
Jericho.
yeah,
You don't need to
and
be on TV. What you just we should be on like hyping you every few months. I'm not saying like Brock Lesnar that sort of schedule, but
yeah. But
yeah,
like when he's on the road with Fozzy, it's perfect time for him to be a part timer.
we what we need to do as wrestling fans, we just need to make Fozzy really successful. Keep buying the albums, get them bigger tours, bigger stages, and then maybe he'll take a break from AEW. Fingers
Yeah,
crossed. There's probably some Fozzy fans in the comments like, fuck yeah.
yeah. This is what I mean. That's why I had to be like, oh yeah. Before I get any hate, all I'm saying is, like I mean, what a great mind. Like always
I've got
making.
one. I'm going to add to that question. What
Mhm.
version of Jericho?
Oh, I got two in mind in terms of like era of Jericho. Obviously, like the WCW Cruiserweight Champion, Chris
Mhm.
Jericho.
Nice.
I mean, that'd be a pretty awesome, conversation to have with him. Either that or, I mean, I was about to say 03, but then we're missing out 08. Jericho, with the suit.
The suit, Jericho.
I had the match with Shawn Michaels.
Oh, that feud. That's top 3 feuds for me of all time.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing.
Ridiculous.
It's how it starts from Flair's retirement to Jericho win the belt. Like in that epic ladder match, No Mercy, just the way the tie onto the belt.
Yeah. And the iconic moment where he's punched him, he's held on something.
Punched his wife. Oh, he actually connects as well.
Just crazy. And last guest. God, there's so many out there. I was trying to think about just wrestlers that I'd like to. Oh, I mean, I'm gonna come away from this. There's gonna be so many that I've missed, and I'll be like, oh, I should have said that person.
Can I go back on again? Can I go back on?
Yeah.
So as long as you don't say Benoit though.
yeah. As long as I keep that one under wraps. I mean, now I'm thinking about Impact, and now it's just all going up in the air.
Shark Boy.
Shark Boy. Curry Man. No, I mean, I'm going to say Christopher Daniels. It's a crazy one, but I said Curry Man now, so Christopher Daniels, why not? I mean,
2 out of 3 have never been said in the show. Respect that. Jericho, I believe, has been mentioned 1 or 2 times, but I did actually ask which versions of Jericho. Christopher Daniels hasn't been mentioned, and Gino Hernandez, like, fair play, man. I like that, man. Look, that's proper wrestling historian you are. That's sick, that, man. As we are at the end, Jordan, is there anything you'd like to say? Anything you want to promote? Anything you want to get off your chest? Opportunity is yours. We are finished.
Yeah, no, nothing. I mean, if you want to go follow me, at Jordan Sparks PW, it's one of my socials for Instagram. Again, it's linked to Facebook, so I'm not really that big on. I'm not a real big social media guy. I got no Twitter. I'm not about that.
Does explain why I couldn't find her.
But other than that, yeah, thanks for anyone who tuned in to watch. If you actually cared about watching.
My fans care. Okay. People of Essex care. I know they boo you at the shows, but deep down they care.
Yeah,
they're jealous. I'm joking. People of Essex. Obviously, I love Essex. Love it. But Jordan, thank you for coming on, man. It's been a pleasure talking to you. I've had a really, really good laugh. Just anyone did get offended, but we literally weren't laughing about what happened with the situation. Benoit, I was just laughing at the fact that he could have been named. That is it, because you know what people like. They just
I know.
No, truly enjoyed this chat. It's been a really good chat, mate. I wish you all the best. Hopefully, you do get into the school in the summer for Tom Pritchard, one of the best coaches. As I said, that red card of the Rock, trained by him. So high hopes for you, my man. But I wish you the best. If you can like this video, that'd be fucking awesome. If you can subscribe to the account, that'd be even better. So I can continue producing awesome episodes like I have done just with my man, Jordan Sparks, the new age narcissist. But for now, everyone, if you could follow him on his social media handles in the description below. If you could follow me as well, along with him, that would be awesome. My details on the description below as well. Much appreciated. I'll have more episodes of What You Call It podcast coming out next week. But for now, everyone, I hope you all have a great weekend. Go on, Jake Paul. Hope you win. Take care, everyone. Peace. Hello there. I've got a special announcement for my next guest.
Hello, everybody. This is Taya Valkyrie La Huera Loca, 1/3 of the Death Dolls, and you are listening to What Do You Call It podcast.
Yeah.